Hey there, my name is Alex. I am the Silver Mont, and today we're going to talk about Star Wars Visions, the animated anthology series that just came out. What is it? 9 different anime from 7 prominent Japanese studios, each telling a Star Wars story. If you've seen the Animatrix, it's in the same vein as that, although these aren't really concerned with canon whatsoever. Each episode averages 15 minutes in length and covers a myriad of themes that either represent Star Wars or are associated with it by the creators. I'm not sure how much control Disney had over all of this, how much in the way of guidelines they might have given, but there are certain themes that show up in almost every single one of these, and almost every single one of them has the line, I have a bad feeling about this. And they all have kind of lightsaber fights, but none of them really focus on ship battles, which I found a little bit strange considering, well, a lot of anime focuses on mechs and space and, well, maybe I was just hoping to see some Itano circus here, but I digress. Star Wars, in my opinion, is a natural fit for anime. The original premise of Star Wars being largely inspired by both westerns and samurai cinema. After all, Star Wars is effectively a fantasy western featuring samurai in space. The Force abilities, the lightsabers, space battle, alien worlds, and creatures, they all fit very well with an animated form, allowing you to pull off any visuals with only your imagination and perhaps budget being the limitations. As a big fan of animation, I enjoyed almost every episode for that fact alone. Each episode is presented in a very different style. Some are very typical anime, whereas others are more heavily stylized, but each and every one of them had, at worst, above average animation, which is a real treat for me. In particular, the episodes 6, Toby, and 8, Lop and Ocho, stood out for some really fantastic animation. If we're talking about the whole package, though, episodes 5 and 8, The Ninth Jedi and Lop and Ocho again, in particular, were the best, in my opinion. Whilst they certainly felt like part of a larger package, they had the best world building, plot, and action to make that complete package. Compared with, say, episode 3, The Twins, there was some good animation in that episode, but I didn't think it was very good. The rest of it was very lackluster. The action was equivalent to a Marvel movie where just constant explosions and visual clutter made it all meaningless noise. The plot was a tired one for me, a strange premise executed poorly. Trigger's other entry, however, number 7, The Elder, I enjoyed a lot more. The action in that scene was vastly superior and perhaps the coolest action scene of the bunch. I wouldn't say I actively disliked any of them. Number 2, the Tatooine Rhapsody, wasn't really my cup of tea, and although the action scene in Toby was fantastic, the rest of that one was a little bizarre to me. It was kind of funny to hear Goku's voice actor there, though. But yeah, those two seemed weighted toward a younger audience, perhaps. Nothing wrong with that, they just weren't really my thing. Overall, most of these episodes manage to hit the mark in feeling like good Star Wars content that isn't tied to the main series. And Star Wars doesn't need to be. One of the largest failings of the sequel movies is how they played it so safe, didn't do anything new. They just repeated the original movies with inferior characters and larger explosions. I cared more about these characters we spent 15 minutes with in Visions than the 6 hours we spent with Rey. This should have been obvious to Disney, as there's lots of extended universe material that has nothing to do with the movies or Skywalkers the fans have enjoyed, literally for decades. And if you are going to bring back old characters, do it like The Mandalorian did, not like how The Last Jedi did. Don't make it a different character who happens to have the same name and actor, but none of the mannerisms nor personality, or you might say, characteristics. I would love to see episodes 5 and 8 turned into, I don't know, a full series or having a movie, having some sort of continuation. In general, a second season of this, well, I'd be down for that. Give us some new ones and then some sequel ones as well. It feels somewhat encouraging to have enjoyed a franchise that I've been a fan of almost my entire life again. After the sequel movies, I felt like, it's time to just drop Star Wars because of how terrible they were. But these I enjoyed. Maybe they've learned from them undeniable mistakes. The Mandalorian season 1 and 2 I really enjoyed as well. So, yeah, maybe there's hope. But what did you think? If you've seen them, if you haven't, and you're a Star Wars fan, well, go check them out. If you're just a fan of animation, well, these are all worth a watch for the fantastic work done by very talented teams. Until next time, though, you guys take care, and thank you so much for watching. Ciao.